after teasing it for a long time and some more time, and then again for the last few weeks, the Threadripper build is finally here. But I know a lot of you have a lot of questions. I mean, just look at the comments on Instagram posts and on Twitter. Heck, even on Facebook. You guys have a lot of questions, and that's why we do 4 parts for our PC build videos. This time around, part 1, let's do the what and the why. Here we explain what parts we picked and why we picked them. Now before we get to that, my name's Ash, you're watching C4 Tech, and if you've not checked out our current giveaway, here's a card to it along with a link in the description. And while you're down there, drop us a like, subscribe, and click on notifications to become part of the notification squad. So let's now get to the what and the why. So let's get the obvious one out of the way first. Why Threadripper? Well, for the ultimate gaming No, not that. It's actually gonna be for a new rendering and ingestation. If those 2 words sound like alien mumbo jumbo to you, let's just say it's for the work we do, editing and all that. The load we put on our PC right now, well, it maxes out the 8-core 16-thread i7 5960X all the time. So yeah, our editing PC needed an upgrade, and what better than the AMD Threadripper? The 1950X that we are using has 16 physical cores and 32 threads, so basically double the number compared to our old Intel CPU. And we are expecting it to help out with our workflow a lot. So how good is the performance? Well, that's for another video, but let me just say that it should absolutely chew through everything and anything we throw at it. Now that a CPU as powerful as that needs a lot of power and gives off a lot of heat. I mean, we are already sweating buckets in this Chennai heat, so when it came time to look for a cooler, I decided to go with the Master Liquid ML240L RGB from Coolermaster. It's an AIO water cooler, and given the amount of heat Threadrippers radiate, I felt nothing short of a 240mm radiator would do the trick. And why an all-in-one, you ask, rather than going for something like hardline water tubing? Well, to be honest, I've tried it in the past, doing my own custom loop. I've messed up a few times, and given that this is gonna be our premier editing rig and that I don't have enough experience with it, I didn't want to risk it and decided to go with AIO like I've been doing for my last 2 editing rigs. So maybe in the future we could try a custom loop sometime on a much cheaper build, just for my experience. Anyway, the M240L features 2 120mm fans, which are generally super quiet, and of course it is Aura Sync capable. Why is that important? We'll get to it. So heat is under control. What about power? For that, I went with the Coolermaster V1000, which, as the name implies, is a 1000 watt PSU. I kind of needed that because not only is the 1950X a power hog, we might even be looking into running SLI in the future. I mean, not really, but we'd like to have options to do that, along with a bevy of other peripherals, all of which should draw up power. So coming back though, what made this our choice was, well, not 1 but 3 reasons. The wattage. It's 80 plus gold certified. It's modular. In a giant build like this with lots of components and cables, a modular PSU really helps with cable management and keeping the clutter to a minimum. So what are we going to use all that power for? Well, apart from the Threadripper, which again, thank you AMD, Asus were nice enough to hook us up with the GTX 1080 Ti. And not just any 1080 Ti, we got the ROG Strix OC edition. This one comes with a whopping 11 gigs of GDDR5X VRAM and 3584 Cuda cores inside. With the new Pascal-based cards, NVIDIA has implemented GPU Boost 2.0, a built-in utility that ramps up the clock speed of the card given the temperature and power headroom of the card. Well, this one comes with a base clock of 1594 MHz. Boost clocks, they can go as high as 1708 MHz. Pretty cool, right? And of course, there is RGB. This is 2018, we must have RGB. So where does all this beastly power plug into? Again, the Asus ROG Strix X399E. Well, that was quite a mouthful. But yeah, this is one beautiful motherboard and it works perfectly with a build. Of course, the most important part is that it has Asus Aura Sync. Gotta have that RGB, right? Okay, I think we've kind of run that RGB joke ragged. So let's just focus on the other features of this motherboard. It has two M.2 slots. We'll get to why we need that a bit later. NVIDIA SLI support, so that leaves us room for future expansion if we do decide to. And of course, USB 3.1 ports for those super fast 10 gigabits per second speeds. Is it a bit overkill for our needs? Probably, but then it looks cool, so I love it. Speaking of looking cool, check out these Aura Sync compatible RGB RAM I snagged from Dubai. These are 4 sets of 16 gig 33 MHz RAM from Corsair, and well, yes, they do not populate all the RAM slots on our motherboard, something that we might fix in the future. It does get the job done, 64 gigs, gets the job done and looks pretty amazing while doing it. Speaking of memory, remember those M.2 slots we spoke about? Well, one of those is gonna house this M.2 SSD from Samsung. It's a 512 gig 960 Pro, and it should be insanely fast. And that's just for the boot drive. For the more traditional and slower storage, we have these two 4 TB drives from Seagate. Not the fastest, but Seagate's quite reliable. We've been using their drives for a while, so we just decided to go back to something familiar. With all the internal components locked down, it was time to look for a case. Well, thanks to the Cosmos C700P from Coolermaster, we didn't have to look very far. And yes, those keen-eyed amongst you may have noticed a theme, going with the cooler and PSU and not the case from Coolermaster. But the thing is, we needed quality products and we needed them fast, and the guys over at Coolermaster were more than happy to lend us a helping hand. But Ash, why did you go for the Cosmos C700P and not random XYZ case? Well, I loved the Cosmos 2 back when I built one of my first editing rigs, and given that the C700P is its spiritual successor, I couldn't help not go with it. It looks beautiful. I mean, dual tempered glass side panels, RGB lighting, what more can you ask? Internally, the modular nature and plenty of space means that we can easily build in this one and also expand our builds if we wish to do so. A big case is an absolute necessity when you have so many components as you need. Great airflow, and the support for installing RADs on this one is pretty rad. Sorry about the pun. For this epic Threadripper build that we're doing, next week we'll be back with the time lapse of the build, then a week later the build guide, and wrap it all up 3 weeks from now with a gaming and benchmarks. I know this rig is not meant for gaming, as in we aren't building it with the intention of gaming on it, but I thought you'd be interested in seeing how it gains. We are using a ROG Strix OC 1080 Ti after all. Anyway, you guys let us know if you'd want to see a gaming and benchmarks, or for us just to show you how it fares with regards to editing compared to a 5960X. Anyway guys, the links to all these parts we've used in this video can be found in the description below. Check them out if you want to. So are you guys excited for the Threadripper build? Well, if you are, smash that like button and share this video with anybody you think would be interested. So here's the important question, which I know a lot of you have already begun typing your answers to or probably commented. What would you have changed with this build? What would you have done differently? Let us know that in the comments below. If you did hate this video, I don't know how you could hate such beautiful hardware, but anyway, you know what to do. But if you did like it, then drop us a giant like, get subscribed to C4eTech, and turn on notifications so that you get notified every time a new video goes live here on C4eTech. So that's it for now. Till next time, this here is Ash working on another dope PC video for next week. You guys have a great day. Bye bye.